Hello, today's the day. I'm gonna be soldering my angel. I've made this as a gift for my oldest son. His birthday is coming up at the end of January. He was born January 30. So this is his birthday gift this year. I started in the summer making simple gifts for the kids, and now we're in the winter, and I'm gonna go ahead and finish up by making his. All the other kids are born in the summer months. So, this is Tiffany method. It's taking your glass, wrapping it in copper foil, which I did use copper foil copper backed, meaning the whole thing is copper, because you can get foil that is copper back. You can get foil that is black back, meaning the backing has black on it. So when you peel your copper foil, this happens to be 30 seconds. When you peel your copper foil back, if it will for me today, you'll see copper between this adhesive. Well, it just might be too stubborn and not do it. Let me try to pull it up with a stick pin, maybe. There. See how it's copper? That's copper backed foil, copper foil. They have black back. They have copper, black. Either way, let's get started. I've got my flux ready on the side, and I want to get these pins out of my way, so I'm going to start with just tacking this piece down. I've also entwined, this is called Morton's glass. It's Morton Strong Line. It's reinforcement, and you can use it for the lead lines in stained glass or copper foil. And normally you would like make space for it. If I was putting this in a tight piece of artwork that had their pieces are super tight like that, I would have to make room for it, and like probably make sure, because it's about as thick as, a little thicker than, but I would have to make room for it if it was going to mess up my design or make my design grow if I was keeping it inside a pattern, because it is, it's not super thick, but you can see it's a chunk of copper. So, but mine, my little angel here, has plenty of gaps. And I didn't have to worry about making space for this reinforcement. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and tacking. That means I'm going to just dab little pieces of solder on my angel so that the pieces won't shift anymore. I can remove these pins and I can actually solder it with comfort and not think that one of the pieces are going to get a pressure point and pop out, because that's what's been happening. They've been getting pressure points and kind of like pop, 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 like popcorn popping out of this little dynamic I got here. And it's kind of irritating, but I've been managing. So I'm going to add some flux, and I'm using the 100 Classic Gel Flux. I heard that they changed manufacturers, so I'm thinking about going to the Tiger I flux, but I'll cross that bridge when I get there. I've still got this bottle. Flux lasts for a while. So, my iron is at, let's see, I put it above 410, so I'm probably in between, I want to say I'm about probably 430, maybe 420. And I've already cleaned my tip. Just start tacking my pieces together where I want them to be. Which I don't really like the idea that there's this many gaps in this, but it's just the way this angel turned out. So I'm also going to examine this a little better after I get everything like these wings stable where they won't pop up, because that's mostly what I'm wanting to do. I'm wanting to get this strong line not to pop up and these little loose pieces. I'm just so tired of them popping out that I'm ready to make everybody stationary. I kind of need to pay attention to where I'm rubbing, because I'll just do it along the strong line. You don't normally want to flux somewhere where you're not going to solder right away. So I'm just going to dab solder on these guys to hold them in their spots. It's not much, you just need something there to like bind things together. It doesn't have to be very much at all. You just want them not to wiggle. And that's what I'm looking for. Making sure everybody's where I kind of want them to be. Now, I'm not real sure how close I want this body piece to be yet, so. Okay, I want to go ahead and I'm going to tack this down, this strong line. I really want strong line to go from the feet or her dress into the heart and kind of up in, at least a little bit up into the topper half, because that would be a hinge point. These wings, that's why I got the strong line there, is because this could be a hinge point or easily break. And then her dress, it's because it's separate from everything else. So I want to go ahead and tack right here. I feel like that's my next spot. So first I'm going to need some flux here. I'm going to try to get it as close as possible to stick to my piece. That looks like I got some. Now I need to figure out how do I want to get it to go up within these without popping these all loose. So like I said, I think next I'm going to connect these guys so they don't go jumping up. Kind of make sure I want everybody where they're at, because it's going to be permanent. Like whatever creation comes out will be from me, so I know he'll be happy with it. Well, I'd like to think so, but I want to be happy with it too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and dab these little babies, these little winglets. Is that what they would be called, winglets? I don't know. I think I'm making up words, but I do that a lot with my puppies. And anyways, I'm gonna dab some flux on these guys, so maybe that, or I can at least get something in there, this wire, if I need to. That looks good. Touch these guys together so they won't go jumping all over the board anymore. So you can tell where I put flux because it grabs it. But that's fine, because then they won't pop up so much and it won't be so stressful. You'd be surprised how much pressure's on that side too. Okay. Alrighty, now it looks like everybody's at least helping me hold each other down. Seems like my iron needs to be turned up. It's barely melting this. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it up because, okay. It doesn't look like much, but they're all helping now. All of this wing is helping now. Now I can figure out what I want to do here. Make sure her shoulder, her arm is out of the way, or scoot it over in its spot. There. Now if I can get this to curve and slide into there without popping up any of those, that'll be excellent. There we go. There it went. That's what I'm looking for. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna go ahead and tack right here. Just to hold that down. May as well tack the rest of this stuff together. I don't foresee these sliding anywhere, but I'll just go ahead and tack everything up just a bit. As much as I don't like the gaps in this, they will serve the piece because it will help. The extra solder between the gaps will hold this angel together. Some people would say that's a poor excuse, but it's the truth. It will help. It will encourage this piece to stay together longer because it will have good reinforcement. Okay, the only thing that's not totally tacked is the bottom of her dress, which isn't that big of a deal. So I should, and I don't have these tacked in yet. So the bottom of her dress and these are not tacked in yet, but other than that, it looks like I got everything. So, been tacked. So I'm gonna remove a lot of these pins. Okay, removing pin And look what popped out. Well, just like that. So I can't really put a long strip right there like I want because I got a dab right there. But I can fit one in right here. So I'm going to do it. If I can get it the right length, I'm going to put a piece in there. I'm going to put another piece in here. Right in here. If it'll bend with me. Work the way I'm thinking. I'm just going to strengthen up these little wings the best I can. Just like that. And then that way whenever I'm bending it together like that, they got some extra reinforcement. I'm going to check the other side whenever I remove the pins and see if there's any pressure that needs a little more support. I'm going to check over here, see if I can squeeze any of these at all that need to be done. Okay, I decided that I'm just gonna put my little hooks in like that. That's gonna be where they're gonna go. So I think I normally solder on the front and then flip and do the back. I think today I'm just gonna be a rebel and do the back first. So first I will add some flux. I guess I'll start at the top. I'm soldering at 440 at least. I like to move kind of fast. We'll see, that might be going through to the other side. But we'll see. Sometimes when you have the gaps, it will go through to the other side. Don't have too many gaps up here, so hopefully we'll keep most of our solder where we want it. Gonna see what's going on around our neck. It was kind of thicker than I anticipated it to be, but we'll see how we can get it to blend pretty. There she goes. The back of the angel. Okay, maybe I can bring it back down to 420. So did you see how I just kind of babied it on top of it? And then now I can just, for these gaps, I'm just kind of like letting it kind of harden before I put another. See, there's a gap right there. Gonna put it on lightly. It'll go through a little, but then I can build on that just to fill it up. And then once it's filled up, I can just go ahead and round it, and then all that solder will help support holding all the pieces together. And I can always run this over it if I don't like the way it looks, or move it. In some places you don't think it would fall through, it does too. Isn't that weird? I'm just first gonna fill it in. I don't want to get it too hot. I know it looks a little messy, but that's all right. This is the first side. Okay, it doesn't seem as full as this one with the reinforcement, although it's still there. And for a small project as this is, I've got it loaded with reinforcement. It will be definitely good. Like, you totally shouldn't need this much reinforcement for something this small. I just did it for the sake of, I wanted to make sure. Okay, and I'll go over these again. I'm just getting the basis on there. Okay, I got my solder. I think it's cool enough to continue. Let's go down this wing some more. All right, let's fill in some of this. Her wings. That one looks like it really. There we go. And here. Okay, I'm gonna let some of that cool. On that side. I know it doesn't look very pretty when it's choppy like this, but it's important to let it cool, especially with such a small space. And it's really small, tiny pieces. It's not worth letting anxious to get going and to crack the glass. It's just not worth it. So just let this cool a little bit, and then we'll do this side. And I suppose I could do down here because this is very cool. It still looks flat, but I'll get it to fill in as we go. Right now we're just laying the base. There we go. Over here. The front side should be much easier because just see how hot she is, because she is a small piece. All right. I know it looks excessive with the flux, and I will wash all of this off. Oh, and make sure that I get all of the flux off. It'll be essential to get every bit of film, every bit of... I use baking soda to neutralize the flux as well. I want to go back and fix some of the lines that look just... they're just bumpy. It's coming together and it's so pretty, but it just, some of them are flat. See how flat that is? It's supposed to be like an oval round. It's supposed to be like a rounded, beautiful shape. And that's what we're gonna go and do right now. I'm gonna just touch it up and make it look pretty. This little angel is going to be so beautiful when I get done with her. Beautiful lines and beautiful texture. Okay, let's see how this is going. There are no rhymes and reasons to these lines. They're just going wherever the glass lays. get this side rolling. Down here on a wing that you probably can't even see. Boiling out a lot of flux. See that boiling? That's flux coming to the surface as I get it hot. There we go. Right, good. Over here, some solder. And down the wing. There we go. I'm gonna look her over. Let's see what's going on. Everything is so hot. Hot, 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 hot. She is a boiling hot figure here. So, yeah, she's hot. This is the front because of all the texture, you can tell. This is the back. It's more flattened. I need to clear off some of this flux and see where I'm at. Get some of these solder balls off and see what lines need to be thickened and what lines need to be finished and what lines need to be built up and smoothed over. Got all these little solder balls everywhere. And some pieces you can see the foil is still coming in, so it just gets hot fast. So we really just gotta let it cool down. But it's coming together. She's solid. I feel good about that. She's super solid. I just have to get her equaled out now. All my solder lines got to be equaled out and managed. But she's coming together, my love. She's coming together. I should turn it this way so you could actually see it. I don't have my phone probably positioned very well. Normally I do close-ups and stuff when I'm soldering, but this is all the pieces are so small. And I never had to put reinforcement in my piece before, so that was a first. I'm gonna go ahead and put the solder on this front of her body. Yeah, just put some on here. Okay, right in there. Her hair. And down her hair. There we go. The bottom of her hair meets the heart. Right? If I can get that to go on. And then this is her shoulder. So arm, chest. This is like just a piece in between the face. This is the halo. Her hair is like this. You'll be able to tell better whenever I get her all washed up. Yeah, let's see. I still gotta put the pieces in there, but yeah, I'm gonna let it cool down a bit and see what I think. Little touch-ups here and there. I just need it to cool down and go take a break. Check on my chillins, my other kids. I'll be back. Look at my pretty angel. Okay, I've been working. I got the hangers in. I don't know if you can see it very well, but I took a brass cotter pin and I nipped it off about that short, and I just put it in this little, between these two pieces of glass on each side. And then I think that'll hold the angel rather well. Actually very well, I think. I'm still going around and tinning the edges, as you can tell. I haven't put the bottom of the skirt on. I'm still deciding if I really want that on there or not. I don't know. I think I will. I mean, it just flares out the dress a little. And the other side, I want to do that. So, yeah. which would match this piece in here. Well, that was the original intention anyways. And then, yeah. After that, I'm pretty much need to get all these weird little solder balls off of it, clean it really good. I pretty much touched up places on the back that seem thin or need a little, like, I need a little love here and there's, you know. I gotta get in between all the jiggity spots and tin all of the edges. Like, basically you just really gotta examine your piece extremely well and just use your best judgment. Right now it feels very sticky, like super sticky. It's from all the flux that I've been rubbing all over it. See, like how it's kind of funky right there? I just need, like, there's lines here and there that are funky and bumpy, and I might not be able to get that off of every little line in this, but I can probably get, so I got the back rather pretty smooth. I mean, for the most part, I got the back rather smooth. I mean, it's not 100% smooth, but like I said, I just need to go over a few things and check it. I just need to go over, like, see how it's thick there and thin. It's always going to be thin on the where it's tinned because you can't really build it up very thick. But I do need to put like an oval, like a round, because right now it's just flat. It doesn't have that rounded edge, and that takes time. Y'all, that takes time of your life. But it's part of it, because if you don't and you just leave it like a thin tin, it won't look as nice. So I'll have to take my time and like balance the solder on there and get that oval, like that rounded shape on it. But yeah, it's getting there. I think it's gonna turn out nice. Yeah, isn't it pretty? I keep working like this, but turning it like that. But yeah, there it is. I didn't clean up any of my area before I turned on the camera, but anybody that does this knows how when you're in it, you're in it. Okay, I'll check back in.